a live video chat. And so today I want to, okay, the main topic, which I'll get to in just a minute. It's so who's becoming, is the WHO becoming a gangster? And we're going to talk more about that in just a few minutes. I want to let you know that Innovision is a nonprofit organization. We work with physically challenged musical artists to teach them the business of music. You can go to our website, innovationrecords.org, and find out more about that. And you can also go to our radio station, which we are broadcasting live. And where are we broadcasting live? We're broadcasting live on innovationfm.com, Innovision FM. So if you want to check out some of our radio programs there. And we are looking for sponsors for our radio show, for our radio shows and our radio station. And for businesses, or if you want to make announcements, we could definitely hook you up. Now I got this Fox News. I was going to stop that Fox News. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for joining us, and we have a contest. Because we have no budget, this contest, if you're one of the first three to inbox me the answer to this question, then we will you will win $5 through PayPal, of course, $5. Okay. So this is the contest. And this is a real story. This is a true story as far as I know. So a guy, he's a parachuter, and he's doing it, and for some reason, okay, he was allowed, with nobody checking, to jump out of the plane, and on his way down, he forgot his parachute. Now, of course, I mean, this is a deadly jump, and of course, he didn't live to talk about it. So when they did the autopsy, they also found that he tested positive for coronavirus. All right. So they had to make a decision, what to write down on the death certificate. And so I'm going to give you some choices. Okay, did they write down on the death certificate about what the doctor calls death? Forgetfulness is A. Impact of the fall, or C, coronavirus. What did they write? Now you can go to my inbox, leave your email, and we'll let you know if you're the winner. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can email us at info@innovationfm.com. That's info@innovationfm.com. All right. Okay. Oh, and I'd like to remind you that on Fridays and Sundays, you can hear us on Fridays on KUVO 92.5 on an FM dial at 6 p.m. on Fridays, and then on Sundays, you can hear us at 9 a.m. on KUVO 92.9 on the FM dial, and also you can hear us on KUHS Denver from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on KUHS Denver. All right? And you can hear us 24/7 on our station, Innovision FM. All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into my first topic before we get to the World Health Organization story about, are they becoming gangsters? gangsters, right? Okay. All right. I was eating breakfast this morning, and I was thinking about ALC, Andrea Cortez, whatever, in the Democratic Party. And they're all about the Green Deal, free this, and the earth is gonna come to the end in 12 years, and children should be afraid because earth as we know it's not gonna exist because of all the emission and all that kind of stuff. It's just gonna pollute us, and we're gonna have climate change. First, it was the climate was getting hot, but they figured, well, okay, maybe it's not getting so hot. So then they have to say climate change because no matter what, the climate is always changing. So how can you deny that there's climate change? All right, okay. But I was as I was eating my breakfast this morning, I was thought like, if I did the Green New Deal as ALC talks about in her clan. So I had 2 eggs. So if I had some chickens, I can go out, and grab the egg. But because we have regulations, we can't do that. So I have to travel to some farm or something to that effect. I had avocado, right? So I would have to, walk, get to a boat, travel to California or because there would be no cars, because there'd be no trains and planes because of the Green New Deal, right? Right. So I couldn't and so I would either walk or get a horse or something like that to go get my eggs from California. Then I had dry bread and jam from Sweden. So then I would have to get a boat, go over to Sweden, get the dry bread and jam that they make over there, get back on the boat, head back to the United States. But before I got back to the United States, I had some green tea. Not green tea, but I had some tea. So then I would have to go to East Asia by boat, of course. And how long would that take? Maybe a month or so. Then come back, Then once I got back home, a month or 2 later, then I could sit down and eat my eggs, avocados, dry bread, and drink my tea under the new Green Deal by the Swatter 4. All right, I tell you, I would be a very slender person waiting that long just for some breakfast. But that's the new Green Deal that the Democratic Party, left-wing party, wants to bring to you, coming to a house near you. So how are you liking the living under the socialist terms of living as we're living now? You're getting a little taste of socialism. How does it like it now, where Paulus is telling you to stay in your house, where who else? What else is happening? Paulus is standing there, the mayor, Michael Hancock, is saying, we're under like state law, right? Now, luckily, we don't live in a place like the Philippines. So the Philippine president, Rodriguez Duterte, says that he wants you to stay in the house, and if you come out of your house, if his police don't get a chance to shoot to kill, ask questions later, then if he sees you and he has his gun, he'll shoot and kill you on the spot, right? And this is the kind of world the left-wing Democrats, socialists want. where the government tells you what you will do, and if you don't do it, you will be shot by the army of the government and or by the president of the country. Wow. And that's the kind of world your socialist children want? I don't think so. I like living in a republic. And no, we're not a democracy. This country was built under a republic. If you've ever said your Pledge of Allegiance, then you know what I'm talking about when I'm saying the republic. If you can, blow the dust off the off that, let me see, get rid of that. I'm trying to get rid of this sign. Yeah. Okay. Let's find out who's here. Pete K. Connolly, thank you for watching. All right. So anyway, okay. Now let's get into. I don't know. That's kind of wild. You know what I already found out? I found out and I don't know. It was just because I'm visually impaired, can't read. I couldn't read print because my vision was so bad, and so I read Braille and stuff like that. That I was reading a story about the internment camps in World War II, or when we got the bombing from the Japanese, okay, December 8th, and I was thinking, like, well, we hear about the Japanese being in the internment camps, but was that the only ones that were in the internment camps? I found out that they also had Germans and Italian people in internment camps as well. But for some reason, because it doesn't fit the narration of Democrats, because they are teaching our kids, they're the ones who are teachers now in our school system. What do they do? If I'm wrong, tell me when they teach about that time when we got a surprise bomb by Japan, that they did talk about the internment camps not only being Japanese but being they had Germans and Italians, and these people later on they went on to fight, help us in fighting the war as well. And speaking of what we're not learning, what our children are learning in school, it seems like the colleges. There's a movie out now called No Safe Places. No safe. I'm sorry, not places. No safe. Not places. And I'm kind of thinking, no safe space. Is it spaces? Yeah, no safe spaces. No safe spaces. Okay, that's the name of the movie. I almost forgot the name of the movie. I haven't finished it yet. I'm gonna finish watching it this afternoon. Well, not this. Well, yeah, this afternoon. We'll finish watching it. But this movie is a movie about what's happening in our college campuses, and I remember, maybe history is repeating itself, because I remember, like in the 60s, they didn't want any black people on campus. They wanted it to be segregated, and if you listen to Judge Joe Brown, go to YouTube and look up Judge Joe Brown. He does a show on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. You check him out. He was going to school at the time, and he saw Hillary Clinton on campus with a sign saying, segregation of the blacks, keep the blacks in their own place, So that tells you where she was back in her college days, right? And can a skunk change its stripes? no matter if you dye it striped black, it still smells like Hillary Clinton. So anyway, so these campuses are raising these snowflakes, and they need all this safe space, because they don't want their feelings to be hurt. They want everybody to agree with them. And I'm just thinking, like back in the '60s, when we had probably most likely Democrats protesting blacks being on the colleges, like the Dixiecrats and so forth. If you've never heard of a Dixiecrat, look up Malcolm X and what he said about the Dixiecrats, which was another form of the Democrats, but they were the conservative in the party of Democrats. Dixiecrats were the conservative, and they were the one who started up the Jim Crow laws, the KKK, and all of those things. So you might want to look that up. Watch the movie Hillary's World or Hillary's Country, or something to that effect. So I'm thinking, like, they were doing that to the blacks then. Now it's reversed. Now these blacks and Hispanics and some, I guess, white people who are queer or homosexual, whatever. Now it's flipped, because we don't teach, or not we, but the Democrats don't teach history. So they think that they're on the right side, but really they're the brown shirts. They're the brown shirts that were prevalent in the Nazi days, where you rat out on your neighbor. If you see your neighbor doing something, you call up and say, well, they're not paying attention to the stay inside law. They're not decree. They're not paying attention to no more than 10 people at one time at your house. So you have these whistleblowers or snitches, and you know what they say about snitches. Snitches get stitches. Right? Oh man. Speaking of gangsters, if you just joined me, this is Johnny J. I'm the only blind TV producer in Colorado. You can catch my TV show on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Give a how. Ow! So for the people who are howling at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock every Wednesday night. So after you get through with your howling, you can go Denver Comcast 56 and watch one of our shows. Okay, now let's get into the WHO becoming a gangster. They are Mike Ryan. When I heard this guy said, you might not want to mess with us because you might see a lot more body bags. I'm thinking, like, who is this guy talking this stuff? He sounds like a wannabe rapper or wannabe gangster, but he sounded like he was one of those leaning back on his gangster lean, one of those Italian mafia guys, Luciano Atano, saying, hey, this is how we're going to extort money from you. We want you to give us $500 million, and we'll distort from the Chinese only $40 million, and we'll call it a fair compensation for us not giving you the information, but being in the pocket of the Chinese. Comprendo, right? And I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, here we're paying $500 million to you, and we can't get the right information from you. And then you side with the Chinese, saying, oh, this is not on June the 14th, they said, well, this is not a disease that would jump from person to person. Hey, don't worry about it. Don't close up the gates of America. Don't worry about it, Yeah, don't worry about it. We got diesel. We got it. We got Mazado. Hey, we got it right. And what happened? Right? And I wouldn't like in Europe. I guess this is their equivalent of being a gangster. Now in America, we had our Italian gangsters, maybe Jewish gangsters. We had a Russian gangsters, or we had our Spanish and black gangsters. And I was thinking like what would be like a good gangster name? Well, I'm thinking like good gangster name might be Snoop Dogg, or maybe Dr. Dre, right? And I'm thinking like think back in. Let's explore this. Let's go back in time with me, okay? Say if you went back in this time when these doctors during the Holocaust, they were having carte blanche experimental operations on people, where they would anesthetize you, and then when you wake up, you would not be the same person because, say, Dr. Dre, our Dr. Dre, right? His claim to gangsterhood is that he makes really great beats. But if he was the Dr. Dre of the Holocaust days, I don't know if I'm bringing this up on the day of Seder and the Passover and all that kind of stuff. Hey, forgive me, my Jewish friends out there. But they would say, well, why did they call you Dr. Dre back in the day of German domination and Heil Hitler and stuff like that? And the doctor would say, well, they call me the doctor because when I anesthetize you, when I put you to sleep, and then you wake up, I hook your hand, I cut your hand off from your wrist and hook it to your forehead, and so when you walk around, you can wave at people, you can look at them, wave at people. And when people say, what happens when we talk back to the superior race, the German race, they'll look at you and they'll see that if you oppose us, if you don't bow down to what we say in our socialistic, communistic world, that you say Dr. Dre, and I'll hook your hand to your forehead, and you spend time waving people from your forehead. Right? Now that would be a doctor to be afraid of. You're Dr. Dre that makes the beats. That will put you to sleep, and you wake up with your hand waving on your forehead. And everything was things. I mean, they took the ones that were mentally retarded and people they considered to be less than human, and they did experimental operations. And then after the war, Americans took them in and said, well, we're going to change your name, and you can work for the United States of America, and we can continue researching, and we won't let people know that you were Dr. Dre or the Gestapo-led, brown shirts, German fascists team, right? And oh man, okay. So, yeah, okay. I know I get crazy with some of my descriptions. Let's see who's in the room now. PK Kennelly, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, Jason Abner. Thank you, Keith Logan. Sandy T. Tillman, thank you for watching. Okay. So anyway, so remember our pop question. You can win $5. The first 3 people that go in my inbox and give me the right answer, $5, and you could pay it forward. All right, pay it forward. And $5. What is that? What's $5? If you went to Egypt and you tipped the guy that cleaned your room and all that kind of stuff $5 in Egypt, $5 is a lot of money. $5. Maybe not here in America. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But whatever. But the question was, okay. Okay. Let's see. A man was skydiving, and for whatever reason, maybe he was distracted. Whatever. I don't know if it was a suicide, a successful suicide attempt or whatever. But he goes out of plane, and then he realized, whoops, I don't got a parachute. So when he hits the ground and boom, splatters all over the ground, they do the autopsy on him, and they find out that not only is he dead because of the not having his parachute, but he has coronavirus as well. He has the coronavirus virus. So when they filled out the death certificate, did they say cause of death was one of these underlying symptoms, like A, forgetfulness, B, impact of the fall, or C, did they put in the death certificate he died of the coronavirus illness? And leave your answer in the box. If you do my inbox, leave your email address, and then we'll contact you and through PayPal get you your $5. If you're watching this on YouTube, we ask that you go to info@innervisionfm.com. That's info@innervisionfm.com. And also you could leave your comments about down there in the subject line there. And you can also call us at 720-324-7278, 720-324-7278. Hope in this quarantine time gave you a little bit of just some fun stuff. Don't take this serious. This is only for entertainment purposes. So hey, it's all good. Thank you guys for joining us here on Intervision FM. Don't forget to catch our radio shows on Intervision FM 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And you can also donate to Intervision at paypal.me/IntervisionDenver. That's paypal.me/IntervisionDenver, because we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we thrive and strive because you help us out. And we're also looking for some DJs for our radio station. So if you want to be a DJ, shoot us an email as well, and we'll get you on our radio station as well. So God bless you. See you the next time on Intervision FM with Johnny J.